Yeah.
So I'll let Wendy explain kind of what that, what we use the word creative financing for.
Yeah, you're totally right. Creative financing is a variety of different techniques that are creative ways to buy real estate without using your own mortgage or usually your own credit either. And sometimes not your own cash. So, example, a lease option is not actually financing with the seller, but it would fall under that umbrella of creative ways to buy real estate. But it is not actually seller financing, but it's creative financing. Subject twos, where you get the deed from a property subject to their mortgage. So they have the mortgage on their property, they give you the deed, you're now the owner, and you start making the mortgage payments. Sometimes you give them some money down, sometimes they pay you to take it. Yeah, that's really cool. Sometimes they actually pay you. It depends on what they owe and what's going on in the market at the time, and what their terms are and their mortgage. So that's one. Land contracts are creative financing in Michigan, and we have those mostly in the Midwest. But it's like where the seller holds the mortgage, basically. It's a little bit more than that in Michigan, but that's it in a nutshell. And anything that's kind of creative, where the seller does more than just the typical, okay, give me cash or get me a mortgage, cash me out, I'm done. It's anything that's kind of beyond that.
Yeah, and what I find funny was every state for land contract, in another state it might be called something different, but it's the same thing. It's like, for instance, deed of lieu, I think it's called, and I'm probably saying it out of order, but other states have it. It's just named different, but the same concept is there.
Yeah, a land contract is usually called like a contract for deed. So you have a contract and you get the deed when you finish the contract. And it's just an amortization schedule. And in a lot of states, it could be called a deed of trust, which is like, in Arizona, it's called a deed of trust, but really that's like their mortgage documents. They don't really have a land contract per se. So it is. And so when you say land contract, if you're talking to someone in California, they're going to be like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. But in the Midwest, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, for sure, we call them land contracts.
Most definitely. So basically anything that you can think of besides a traditional mortgage and cash is creative financing.
Yeah, pretty much.